Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast. Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast, episode 100. I'm here with Johnny, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. The show started with myself, Dennis, and Carlos. 99 episodes later, there's only us three, and no Hugh, like usual. And do you guys have any clue where Hugh might be? Johnny?
You tell me where Hugh is.
I don't know where Hugh
about
is.
That old guy.
I thought we determined Mar-a-Lago. He's been confiscated by the FBI.
I still think he's wandering around other podcasts, wondering where he's at. You know, and I also,
Are you my mommy?
yeah.
I saw Top Gun, guys.
Yeah, is this where we cast? Excuse me, sir. We cast here. Yeah, it's because Kanye West came out recently and said what ruined his marriage. He had one problem. What do you guys think it was when it comes to Kanye West?
Snoring.
Okay, you go snoring, Johnny. Now remember, this is kind of related to the show and our missing partner, Johnny. What ruined his marriage?
The Kardashian show?
No, it was watching too much pornography. Kanye has an addiction to porno, and he said it ruined his marriage. He literally says he still cannot stop watching it at all times.
Sounds like he needs to see somebody about that, perhaps.
Yes.
Do you think any of his highlight reels included Ray J?
He was watching. Oh yeah, it did.
He was watching his wife.
Watching the Kim's porno. This is number one on his list.
And that's why it really ended, because he's just getting mad and madder and madder every single time.
Yeah, that's just... So there you go, episode 100 here. We also have a special, I guess you can say, skit sent to us by our buddy Joey Valentine for episode 100. We will play that on the show later. It is a little unsolved mysteries skit about Hugh and where he's been and what happened to Hugh. Unsolved mysteries. So hold on, you'll be getting that later. But just like usual, we'll be doing the weekly roundup. Oh, wait, should we tell everybody where Carlos is at before we start? Should we?
Absolutely.
Should we tell him that he's back in 1986 watching Motley Crue, Poison, Def Leppard, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts? That's what that guy's doing right now. He missed episode 100 to go back in time.
But you were saying that the concert was delayed a couple of times.
It was due to COVID. And
it wasn't due to them being old as fuck and like people dying or anything?
Because I mean they're at greatest risk, right? They're 50 plus. They can't be out there glad hand and getting with those old groupies. They gotta stay quarantined.
I think that's why Tommy Lee recently put his junk on Instagram.
I saw that.
Because he was like, ladies, this part's still pretty young.
And also the crazy thing is that like it did not get taken down quickly.
No.
At all.
No.
I get reported for like stupid jokes that I make. They make warnings because I use the word stupid on posts. And yet Tommy Lee can put a picture of his Tommy Lee out there and get nothing? Bullshit.
You know, it's because he's teaching children anatomy and you're teaching people potty mouth. That's why. There's a difference.
Woof.
Yes. He's hoping to treat women with potty mouth. Oh.
Yeah, I bet he is.
But yeah.
Is that more of an R. Kelly joke?
Yeah. Carlos is at a geriatric concert and it's crazy. 2-year delay for a band like Motley Crue is harsh. It's just so mean to them. You know, the lead singer.
Well, is it because he's cheap and like didn't want, like they weren't refunding tickets?
They weren't. No, they didn't. They even said all your tickets just carry over to whenever we like the schedule this, and he just couldn't wait. He had to get what's a really popular Motley Crue song? "Smoking in the Boys' Room." What else?
Jump Starting My Heart.
Yeah, that's right. Jump Start. And there's one other, Dr. Feelgood.
No, that's Is that Motley Crue?
Yeah, it's Motley Crue. I think so.
Is. That's what pulled up on iTunes anyway.
Oh, you got what is he? We got the top. What's your top 5? What's your top 5 Motley Crue?
Greatest hits. Here we go. Too Fast for Love. Yep. Shout at the Devil.
Oh, yeah, that's
Looks
right.
Like Kill. Smoking in the Boys' Room. Home Sweet Home.
Oh, that's right. Home Sweet Home.
Girls.
Oh, that was big for them.
Oh, that's the classic. Yeah.
That was the big one.
I'm thinking. I can see Carlos just fucking waving his long hair. He got extensions for the concert.
He's in the mosh pit with his handicap placard.
Mosh pit is just a bunch of those fat people carts. You know how sad going in circles.
You know how sad it is. They actually escort you to your spot in the mosh pit. Sir, you're right here. We taped it off. You don't leave this 3 feet right here. You can jump around all you want. Don't bump into your old neighbors.
There's like 3 service dogs in the mosh pit.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Mosh pit motherfuckers. So that's where he's at. He's missing episode 100 to listen to classic. What do you mean classic rock? What would you categorize that? It's not classic rock.
I think it is now. I think we're that old. I think it is classic rock.
I think Joan Jett probably falls under that category, but Motley Crue, classic rock?
I don't know. The classic rock station here in St. Louis plays Motley Crue.
They play some Motley?
They do.
Where do the old classic rock songs then go to? Do they stay on that station too, or do they get pushed to some other station?
No, they do. They stay on there. The Keishi, the St. Louis. They play Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Well, we think of classic rock, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because you'll go to a station that, old school R&B and hip hop, and they're playing things from 20 years ago. You're like, this is not old school. What? Not even by nature. No, this is. No. And to us, we're like, this isn't old school because our old school was 20 years before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our old school was Run DMC. We're like, now that's old school. And then they're playing My Name Is by Eminem on the old school hip hop station. Like, what? Johnny knows old school.
When your top hits reach the old school station.
Yeah.
Then you're old.
Your
back starts hurting right away when you're listening to it.
Yeah.
Or you hear it when you're in Target. That's another one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You guys ever go to Target or Walmart and they only play cover songs because they don't want to pay the fees? Because you don't have to pay the fee. I was in Target recently and it was a really popular song, a Dua Lipa song. What is that song? She had Levitate, right? It was really popular, but somebody else was singing it. I was like, what? And it's because you don't have to pay the fees if it's a cover song.
Cheap fuckers over there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Target's.
They take so much of my money. You can't even give me grade A music.
And Target's the Macy's of the middle class, even though there's Macy's.
The Macy's, which is also the Macy's.
I know, right? It's the middle. I guess it's only Walmart and Target. That's the battle right there. The battle.
Who's on what team?
Ooh,
I'm hardcore team Target.
I am Target. Yeah, and it's sad because they pretty much carry the same shit, but you just have a lower. You just have a
so much better at Target.
No, I mean when it comes to clothing, it's better. Like certain things of that nature. But you can get the same shit at Walmart when it comes to home shit, accessories or batteries, little whatever, all the regular
or groceries.
Yeah. But no matter what, Walmart has the distinction of just being trash. Like you just have that. Like I don't go to Walmart. Why not? Because I think Energizer batteries run longer from Target. Like what? So
Johnny, you haven't weighed in on this debate.
Oh, he's gonna say.
I guess it kind of depends on what you're looking for, right? Because Target doesn't have the variety that Walmart does.
That is
in groceries,
true.
they absolutely do not. Yeah.
So let's say for example, just Jello.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have 2 flavors at Target, and then Walmart you have abnormal flavors, like meatloaf flavors, or
so true.
Like trailer park, soup trailer.
Trailer park soup trailer. I want to try that flavor. What is it?
It's delicious.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, more variety at Walmart, and then. The hours. I mean, since I'm a night owl, I mean, they have 24-hour Walmarts around here, and I can do my shopping along with the other tweakers. The Walmart close to me now, I think they close at 10 or something like that. I don't think they're 24 hour, maybe 11, but right around 10 or 11 is when all the streetwalkers come in, pick up I don't know, essential streetwalker things, mints.
New stripper shoes.
That is a good thing. Essential streetwalker things.
Yeah.
Name some.
Mouthwash.
That is essential.
Condoms.
Yep. Good call. We got
condoms.
two.
Yeah.
If this was Family Feud, you guys are on the board.
Dental dams.
Wow. No.
No.
That's a strike.
My mom just learned about dental dams and like mentioned it to me. She's like, "Do you know about this thing?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am aware that they exist." She's like, "It's disgusting," and I'm like, "I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Mom. They've been around for
a long
I don't even
time.
know how long. Like, and I don't think anybody uses them."
No. Good old dental dams. Yeah, no, I'll go Target though for sure. But Johnny's right. Walmart just has like everything. That's the thing. Walmart has an abundance of everything. Like, and you go to Target, like, come on, you don't have it. I go to fucking Walmart. Like it's a bad thing. I gotta go to Walmart.
I don't go.
You just refuse to go to Walmart. You just get on your Amazon app right away.
Yeah, I go to the grocery store and then I'll go to Target, and if I don't have it there, I go to Amazon. Because Walmart just bums me out, like with the lighting and the concrete floors. It's just like a bummer place.
It's like a warehouse, basically.
Yeah, it's just
but
bad energy.
You guys are missing the opportunities
Of
at
what?
Walmart of viewing people. It's like going to the zoo. Like there are some people that you will never see anywhere else but Walmart, and
I go to People of Walmart for that.
That's true, but then you don't get to see these fights.
So true.
fights?
Oh, the fights are so much fun.
Oh, the fights are epic.
Jesus.
Fights are
Over
epic.
nothing.
It is
A
over
hooker
nothing.
almost got into a fight last time I was there
because they didn't
She
have
cut
a
in
sale
front
on
of
dental
everybody.
dam.
Yeah, she couldn't wait in line.
Those people.
Well,
She had to
she's
go
on the
make her
clock.
money.
I mean, she's got
She
shit
is.
to
Think about
do.
it. Yes, 24/7. She's on call all the time, bro. Can't be waiting around.
It's like a doctor. She's got a beeper. She's
right.
ready to go.
That's right. Well, there you go. Episode 100, Walmart hookers. All right. So we have a special little skit coming up from Joey Valentine, if we didn't mention that already. It is coming up a little bit later. He gave it to us. Our buddy at Fat Guy Loves Cake. We'll play that later for you. But let's jump into the weekly wrap-up. We'll start with Laura. How was your week?
It was pretty good, pretty uneventful. Labor Day weekend, 3-day weekend, doing family stuff, hanging out with Charlotte a lot. My husband went on a solo camping trip, so I was home with baby, which was nice. And it was pretty uneventful, except for today, where I was sitting working, and like my foot started itching like a bitch. I looked down at it, and it's red and spotty, and I'm like, is there a fucking spider around here that like just bit me 5 times? And I was like looking around, and I'm slathering hydrocortisone cream, and then I realized this is my jellyfish sting
Oh.
from a week and a half
Strikes
ago.
back.
It came back, and I started looking at it, and I dug a barb out of my foot.
Oh.
Like a little teeny, tiny,
Oh.
like jellyfish sting barb came out of my foot. And then I was like, fuck you, Atlantic Ocean. I don't like you. East Coast, your beaches suck ass. End of story. End of vacationing on the East Coast.
Wow. My question, 2 questions. Number 1, your husband went on a solo camping mission by himself.
Yeah.
Therefore, do you know he actually went camping? Because he could have just put all the gear in the car, then went to a hotel, and he's just
I guess not technically, yeah.
Just
I don't know
relaxing.
for sure.
He's just
And I mean,
relaxing.
if he was, that was completely allowed. It's his prerogative.
It'd be hilarious. You FaceTime him, so he runs out of the hotel room downstairs through the lobby,
Into
jumps in
the
the
woods.
bushes. Oh, I can't talk right now, and I'm trying to find a place to take a shit. It's very hard out here. You see the bushes? I fell into them. I got shit all over my hands. I don't really can't talk right now. And
Then he goes in and gets his breakfast buffet
And then question 2.
from the DoubleTree.
Are you sure no gay men snuck in and rubbed themselves against your foot and you got monkeypox?
I'm pretty certain.
wanna
I
make
mean,
sure.
you can't completely rule it out, but I mean,
Okay.
You can't?
No, you can't.
I mean,
Not these
A lot of
days.
people
I
can.
don't know. You
A lot
never
of people
know
can.
what happens. You know, when you're sleeping, when you're unconscious. I mean, the world's a crazy place.
That is true. I like just a thought. Just the idea that somebody sneaks in, I'm going to give her monkeypox on her foot.
No, like I pulled up the picture. I was looking at the thing on my foot, and I was like, "Is that the same?" And I pulled up the picture that I took of the jellyfish bite of my feet. And I'm like, that's the exact fucking thing. It's all there. It's all there again.
So it matched up.
It did.
Nice.
So what'd you do this time around?
Yeah. How'd you
bury it in
fix
sand,
Yeah.
or did you take a piss on it like you're supposed to do?
Slathered it in hydrocortisone cream, and it's still itchy, but it's
doing the
calmed
trick
down a bit.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of want to get bit by a jellyfish so I can
You do?
piss on it. And
Wait.
I just want to see if it works, you know?
It was a life experience. I was kind of like, okay, this is something that's never happened to me, that's happened to me before. That's the age that I'm at now, that like my life is so boring and humdrum. When even something mildly bad happens, like not too bad, but just mildly bad, I'm like, well, it was something new.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is an experience not everybody, not everybody gets to experience a jellyfish
I
thing.
can
So
check that off on a
congratulations.
on a list of some kind.
Yes,
Yeah.
congratulations. Johnny, your turn. The week that was for Johnny.
Well, as you know, I went on the Alaska cruise. I got back last week, but I've been nursing an injury that I got on the cruise that I didn't mention last week. So we were getting back on the ship, and the person in front of me was in one of those handicap carts, and their cart got stuck on the ramp, and it was just like kind of teeter-tottering. And anyways, the wife was like, "Oh, let's call somebody and let's." I was like, "No, you guys don't need to do that. I got you, right?
Just push it, yeah.
Well, I mean, you had to lift it and push it, and once I lifted, I felt a pop, and then I got him back on the ship, so I'm a hero technically.
True.
But I was limping all the way back to the room, and then it was icy hot and ice and
What was it, your
Motrin,
knee?
my back.
Your back. That's
Yeah. So I've been nursing that all week, and I don't think he really appreciates. Because, I mean, I didn't really think about it, because those carts are kind of heavy. And then there's like a 250-pound man on top of it. And so, yeah, I'm an idiot, basically.
Yeah, it's the battery on the cart.
Okay.
So damn heavy.
It could have been the fat fucker on top.
It was.
could have been
It was the fat fucker on top, but I mean, the cart itself. Man,
could be me that I'm old and I'm not as strong as I used to be.
Yeah, you're also.
But you're a hero.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you said,
you're a
Johnny.
hero.
You did a good deed.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm sure he's telling that story to his grandkids right now.
Oh, the brave man.
How he almost got
saved
stranded
him on the
in
ramp.
Alaska. A bear was coming for me, and this Asian guy lifted me up,
Yeah.
put him on his shoulders, and I'm back on the boat.
Real
just in
American
time.
hero. Not sure he was American. Hope he goes back to China. Like there's throws that out there at the end of his story. Like, wow, Grandpa was a real good story till the end.
Yeah. They're like, why did you tell? And that's where I got my monkeypox
Yeah,
from.
exactly. Yeah, it's from the jellyfish. So that's your highlight for the week? Saving a man's
Well,
life?
I mean,
it's pretty high bar, but saving a man's life.
the highlight was just nursing my injury
Yes.
all week.
Yes.
And then the triple digits here in Sacramento, like, it's getting stupid. Like the numbers that I've been seeing on my car thermometer, like 114, 116. What's the point of that?
Is that just in your car?
No,
Like,
that's
it
what
gets
it
so
was
hot?
up there. Oh,
Yeah,
Are you
that's what it
fucking
was.
kidding me?
yeah.
It's stupid. And then we kept getting alerts, on the phone, like, hey,
Extreme
don't
weather
use your
alerts.
AC.
Yeah.
I think it was on the Amber Alert signs too, like between 4 and 9
9 p.m.
Don't run your AC.
Don't use your AC from the hottest time of day.
Oh, I've been seeing these. I've been seeing the headlines about like rolling brownouts or blackouts in California.
We don't really
right?
get them. They say it all the time every summer.
Is brownout a thing? Brownout seems like a...
No, it is
I
brownout.
don't know.
It is. It's. I
That's
know.
what the hookers say down
Yeah.
in my neck of the woods.
No, it's a gay
We
bar
got
term.
rolling brownouts.
Are the
yeah.
Browns out? You know they out, baby.
Both of them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Johnny's right. We're getting crazy heat in California. It's ridiculous. So what was you doing about it? Just staying indoors and cranking the AC up?
100%. I'm not respecting those wishes of
Nah.
the people on the grid.
The grid. Those people with their EV cars.
Yeah. I thought about that. It was like, because Newsom signed a thing where by 2035, yeah, it's going to be all electric cars in California.
Yep.
And I don't know how he's going to enforce that. But then if you have rolling blackouts and you can't charge your car between these times because of the heat, what are you going to do?
Yeah, that thing's not going to. It's not. Come on. Only electric cars in California by 2035? That guy's crazy.
I feel like they always try and do those progressive, pointless things. Like the most recent thing is they're trying to cut down on the plastic waste in the oceans and stuff like that. And so, like, now you have to ask for a straw. You have to ask for condiment packets. But they just don't give it to you.
I mean, have you been somewhere where they don't give it to you? Because they still give it to me. I mean, I've never had that problem where I go to a restaurant or anywhere. They just go, "You want ketchup? Here, hey, straws. Here's your straw, buddy." Like, I've never had.
I've definitely been to places.
You have
in Missouri, really? That they're like, "Oh, well, you only if you ask for straws." And then usually they're the crappy paper straws.
Oh, those are the worst.
They're the worst.
And like, listen, I feel bad for the sea turtles. I do. But also, I like straws. So, really puts you in a tough
Plus, those turtles, they need to be more aware of their surroundings. Fuckers.
Yeah, I don't really feel that bad. They usually live to be, 150 years old?
Yeah,
that's a pretty good life.
If they make it that far.
But listen, could you imagine being a turtle and not knowing what social media is, or your life is just swimming to sand and then back out to the sea, swimming to sand and back out to the sea?
I don't know. Have you seen those videos of those baby sea turtles get picked off by seagulls and shit? It's pretty hard to watch.
But I'm just saying,
I'm like,
when they say like the green whale is 300 years old, well, his life sucks. like, and he doesn't even know he's that old. Do fish celebrate birthdays?
Or is his life the purest, happiest that one could be, completely unaware of their position in the world? This is me getting philosophical.
That sounds like Joe Biden.
All right. Yeah. Take that to the streets.
Joe Biden wakes up. Where am I? Where am I?
think that every time you see like a homeless person. That's the purest form of happiness right there.
No
He's just shitting in his pants.
Nothing. Homelessness, the greatest thing ever.
He's off the grid.
Doesn't have to clock in.
So yeah, my week was just a comic book convention I attended in Long Beach, California. My cousin and I sold a shitload of stuff there. We were very busy. We had a good time. It was something that annoyed me. I went to the restroom, and this big dude, probably the guy that Johnny saved from the scooter, you ever go to the restroom, you know how they got the paper towels, you pull them down and one shows up next, you keep pulling them. Anyway, this guy pulls down like 15. I'm waiting for him to finish. Like, come on, dude, get your paper so I can dry my hands. He pulls down like 15, and then he balls them up all into a ball, pats his hands like twice and throws it away. And then he wipes his hands on his shirt. I was like, you stupid piece of shit. Like I wanted to just like grab his hands and wet him again, or spit on his hands or something. But no, what a waste. What a waste.
He doesn't care about the environment.
You're not even talking about the paper towels. You're talking about the waste of life, right?
Oh, both. Both. What a waste. And but that was cool. The whole convention was really cool. Johnny was right. It was like 109 this past weekend here. It totally sucked. But we're indoors, but still, once you stepped outside at 7:00, it was still super humid and 90 degrees, and we're like, what in the hell? And then that was the highlight of the week. And then I went also to a street festival on Memorial Day. And then I also Labor Day, right? Labor Day. And then I went to a Greek festival Labor Day in the evening. So
we have our Greek festival in St. Louis on Labor Day weekend.
Oh, see, I think it's a thing because there was like 3 of them going on in the area. I think the Greeks are trying to lock up Labor Day.
Did you eat a lot of amazing Greek food? Because that's the only reason for going.
Yeah, it is the only reason. I got baklava, which is phenomenal. Those little Greek donuts they have at the festivals, like about the size of a golf ball, and they sprinkle cinnamon on them, and they put crushed peanuts on them. Oh, those damn Greeks. And then, of course, you got your typical kebabs. Your gyros, and not your heroes, Johnny. Don't get it confused. You're the only one. You weren't there. And yeah, it was fun. Good times at the Greek festival. And this weekend, though, NFL's back. Who's excited? Anybody? Crickets, right? Crickets. Anybody excited for fantasy football? Johnny, you play fantasy football?
I do not.
Do not. Damn, Johnny does nothing in life but save people on ramps. I also bought a video game, Saints Row, which is basically like Grand Theft Auto. And they have homeless people in the game. There's tents under bridges. There's tents on. I was so confused. I was like, no way.
Oh, God. If it's like Grand Theft Auto, we got to keep it away from Johnny. He's going to go on a murderous rampage in Saints Row just to, like, exercise his own personal demons.
Oh, is Johnny or Joey?
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny does the same because Joey always talks about that on the show, how he just goes on games to kill people, light them on fire and all that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
No, I would clean up the streets. I would clean up the streets.
Oh, yeah, you can kill the homeless. You can even run over their tents and everything.
What?
Yeah.
Saints Row, you say?
Saints Row, I say.
This makes me sad.
You can get them, Johnny. Get them good. So there you go. Yeah. Check.
It might help me out at work.
There you go. And also, this week, if you're a big lover of NBA, pick up the new NBA 2K23 game, which is like the biggest sports game in the world. And on top of that, you can watch the new Thor movie on Disney Plus.
Ooh,
you can also watch the new season of Cobra Kai this week on Netflix. And we're going to review a movie that came out on Netflix right after the break called Me Time, starring Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. So we'll be right back after this here on Nerds Talking, the podcast. You say you want to be a tough guy.
You want to fight?
You want to handle your problems? Has someone killed your master?
We came here to battle.
Do you need to get revenge for loved ones? You've heard of the 1-inch punch. How about the no-inch punch? Is there a bully picking on you at work?
Fight me.
Then you need to listen to Kung Fu Movies Podcast. Learn the art of the Kung Fu overdub.
You're pretty good.
Threaten a man with words you don't look like you're saying.
Why you want to kick me?
Point at him and then pound your fist into your hand and tell him you're next. Learn that and more on Kung Fu Movies Podcast.
Nerds Talking is not responsible for anyone that gets hurt after listening to Kung Fu Movies Podcast. If you do happen to kick someone's ass by listening to the podcast, please let us know. We'll promote it on our show, and we'll even shout you out. You can even be on the show if you kick someone's ass. Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Fight me.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Johnny and Laura, and I'm Lafayette. Episode 100. Remember to download, rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, tell your friends. Wherever podcasts are found, you can hear us every Friday. Now we're on to a review on Netflix, or I should say a movie on Netflix, starring Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg. It's called Me Time. A quick setup. Kevin Hart plays the same character he does in all movies. He's that kind of straight man, doesn't do anything adventurous, thinks he's if he plays it safe in life, everything will fall into place. Never takes chances. And his friend Mark Wahlberg, Huck is the character's name. Huck doesn't play by the rules, does what he wants, has a good time. So basically, he goes to a party and he gets some me time away from the family. That's the setup of the movie. And him and Huck also best friends their whole lives. So they're back together. They're going to get into some trouble, shenanigans. We'll see what happens. Up first is Johnny with his review of Me Time on Netflix. Johnny, take it away.
Well, Me Time was kind of confusing for me. There was so much like back and forth. Like, you're right, Kevin Hart's playing the same guy who wants more out of life, feels maybe underappreciated or just not where he wants to be. He's a good guy, a frustrated guy, but he's dependable. He's like a stay-at-home dad. Just the revelations that he gets throughout the movie, I don't know. They bother me. Like at the first party. All right, well, I'm finally who I am. I'm the big dog. Huck, I'm going to loan you all this money. I don't give a shit. And then he loans him all the money. And then after that, he criticizes Huck on his like life choices and then basically cut ties with him. And then he comes back and then brings it back into his life. And it's just a back and forth. It was just like, is this the peak of the movie? Is this the bottom of the movie? I don't know. Like the revelation that he had at his kids' talent show was kind of stupid. It was all public.
It was very stupid.
Yeah.
And then his kids' stand-up. I mean, like, couldn't he have written some stuff for his kids' stand-up? The stand-up wasn't that funny. Like, I was expecting
like
more.
A 6th grade stand-up, so I mean,
I get it, but like
he was just making fun of his dad. That's what his stand-up was. I'm just gonna make fun of my dad.
Yeah, but it just wasn't that funny though. in my opinion. So Mark Wahlberg, not his best role, but he's not. They didn't hire him to be a good actor. There, I don't know. Overall, I think the movie just lacked heart. Certain shenanigans in the movie, like him like messing up his wife's boss's house.
So stupid.
It was so stupid, right? Because the dude Armando, he's super rich. He's just balling out. The house doesn't have any cameras. You guys don't think about that shit? He's got like a 200-year-old turtle out in the yard, and he's just balling. But in Los Angeles, right, or Southern California.
Yeah.
So the house is worth $5 million.
$5 million, yeah.
Easy. No cameras. Come on, you stupid fucks.
It's not even that. Huck is dumb. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He is an idiot.
And Mark Wahlberg's played that part a couple of times too. You guys notice how skinny he was at the end of the movie?
I didn't notice.
Oh, if you watch it back, you could tell they must have filmed that quite a weeks apart.
When he was naked in the beginning.
Yeah, he was like all like ripped, and you could tell like he was working
really
out.
Buffed out.
If you look at the
he
end,
had a little bit of a gut though too, but he was still a little buffed out.
He was.
I kind of liked it.
But at the end of the movie, watch the last where he's the bartender. He looks like he hasn't eaten weeks. He's super skinny. I was like, what's wrong with him?
Okay.
And
I can kind of see it, but anyways, so the relationship with the wife kind of bummed me out too, because she was like encouraging him to go out and do all this stuff, and then he becomes an asshole and I'm gonna leave you type of thing. It's like, all right, well you told him to go. It's kind of your fault too.
She didn't tell him to give his stupid friend $47,000.
I mean, I'll be honest, the movie was not confusing.
She didn't tell him to, give away 40 grand. She didn't tell him to throw a party at their house or anything like that. But she kept encouraging him to, go out, and he did. And it's kind of her fault too. That's just me, my perspective on marriage. It's a wife's fault, right?
But she knows Huck. I think she thought it was gonna be just another, boys' night out. Not like gonna come back, throw a party, gonna go break into her boss's home, or it's just like, go hang out. You don't do anything. You're kind of you're such a what are one of the parents?
He's a stay-at-home loser.
He's a stay-at-home dad. Yeah, that he's, and he must annoy the shit out of those kids, especially his son. He annoyed the shit out of them. And then, like I said, the movie's not confusing. It was just so by the book Kevin Hart movie. That's all it was. Like I'm like, I'm gonna scream at everything I don't try or don't know. Oh, I survived a mountain lion attack. Yeah, sure you did. Yeah, And a lot of it was so dumb. Like, and he just takes Huck's word on everything. Oh, I started my own company. Really? You have no money. You're broke. We rented a bus. Okay. Anyway,
there was a scene where he didn't want to become like crossing guard Lenore, and then at the end she basically just tells him her resume, which kind of bothered me. It was like, so she was like, oh yeah, I'm just doing this after I retired from the FBI and all this shit, and it makes Kevin Hart have another like realization, like, well, me not wanting to be like crossing guard Lenore wasn't the right frame of mind going into it. Do you ever see I'm sure you have, The Marine, John Cena?
Of course.
I haven't.
I mean, it's John Cena, bro.
Yeah. So it was like his first movie, and then I think he like gets fired as a security guard or something like that, and him and his buddy are like having a coffee, and John Cena's like, oh man, this isn't where I expected to be, because I was a special ops before and did 4 tours in Afghanistan, and like he was like giving his whole resume, and that's just what it reminded me of. I was like, okay, I get it. I don't know. I thought that part was pretty. It feels
stupid. Like a lot of the movie kind of bugged you too, and it seemed like you're kind of annoyed by the movie. Did you have high expectations? Because I knew it was gonna be bad. It had Mark Wahlberg and Kevin Hart.
I'm just trying to be thorough is all.
And you took a lot of notes. Like I took a lot of notes.
I'm not even halfway done.
Oh my god.
So the ginger teacher, he just wasn't that funny for me. I don't know. Like he just wasn't that funny.
No,
like there's always a comic relief guy in there somewhere.
Yeah, he was not funny.
And that guy was a and then at the end when they have another like realization, they prank the loan shark on his boat, just rubbing shit in his asshole and like and all
that was
stuff.
So dumb too.
It was so dumb because like
he gave him his money back. He did him a solid.
Yeah, so he got his money back, but he has to work off the debt. But now he's like, well, screw it. We're going to make a deal with this guy to not work off the debt. We're going to open our own business, which was fucking stupid already. And then before we leave, we're going to fucking rub our balls on everything.
But wasn't the dumb part, too, if he found Mark Wahlberg in the desert, what makes you think he's not going to find him again?
Just what makes them think that the loan shark is going to accept their terms? Like, hey, forget it. We'll take care of the money by opening this business. And I don't know. The party wasn't that epic, and I don't think it should have motivated them to start a business. And then when they start the business together, aren't they splitting the profits? Like, it's going to take forever for them to... Where do they get the money to start this business? Like, Kevin Hart's rolling around in this fucking van that's like from the 1980s, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just didn't make any sense. He's got a nice house, too, in Southern California. Why are you driving around in a piece of shit?
Yeah, but remember, they play it off like the wife just makes bank.
Right, but why do you have a piece of shit car?
I know, and he has a dream of owning a Honda Odyssey, which clearly must have been a play for, they got it for free for the movie or something.
That one spoke to my heart, because my dream is to have a brand new Camry, so I get it. I think...
Any more notes? This is as long as the movie.
I have a couple. I wish at the end they would have had a blooper reel or a cameo from The Rock. Just one of those two things.
Come on, get out of here!
I would have given them an extra point. Overall, my score is a 2.
A 2 out of 5. Laura, me time, your time. Go ahead.
I mean, I would agree with Johnny on a lot of those items. I mean, it certainly isn't a movie that surprises you in any way. I think I've seen...
Uh-oh. We lost Laura. We lost her in the commotion of me time.
Maybe I should have shortened my...
Well, you had notes as if the guy that edited the Bible showed up. Can we make some changes? Laura's gonna be right back, so just hold on, everyone. She's gonna jump back in the meantime. Me Time was not a good movie. It was not funny. It was super predictable. It's another Kevin Hart. I don't know, Kevin Hart to me does not make good movies. Like, his co-stars make his movies, and if he doesn't have a good co-star, which he didn't really have a good one this time around, you know who would have been funny in that role? Will Ferrell, because he can play awkward. But he can also... Will Ferrell's the kind of guy that if he did what Mark Wahlberg was doing in that movie, it would be almost like, I don't believe he would do that stuff, but it's funnier because it's Will Ferrell. But a guy like Mark Wahlberg, you'd believe that he's kind of a dick and a douche. Yeah, I can see you doing stupid shit. You don't surprise me. You seem like a dummy. So if you played somebody else in that role, you'd have been like, oh, that's funny, because I would never... Like, Owen Wilson in that role would have been funny because you'd be like, yeah, I don't see
as a party guy or as the responsible guy?
No, it's a party guy because it would be out of character.
Right.
It'd be funnier, But you pick a guy like Mark Wahlberg and you're like, no, he doesn't deliver funny. He just, I don't know. Mark Wahlberg was in it, so I already knew it was going to be crap. I think Laura's back, though. Laura, are you there? Yes, there she's back in action. There she is. Are you ready? Are you... Episode 100, the one that goes down the tubes. Yes, I'm pretty sure Dennis is hacking us. He has to be. Dennis is hacking us right now. He's just like, I'm not going to have it.
You got to keep an open mind.
That is true. She can hear us, but she's not able. She's not able. I'll give it the same as you, Johnny. It's a 2 out of 5. It's not a good movie. Just skip it. If you have it on your list and you haven't seen it on Netflix, just take it off your list.
It's background noise.
Laura, go for it. We can hear you now. You're good.
So I agree with Johnny and you. I mean, it's not surprising in any way, shape, or form. I don't really watch Kevin Hart movies. I think I've seen maybe one other, but he definitely, like you said, plays the same character. But I think there were some moments in there that I thought were funny. I did actually really enjoy the crossing guard Lenore part, because I feel like that is a cautionary tale for women specifically, but I think obviously this did a lot of gender swapping. So where he is the stay-at-home parent, she is the breadwinner. And I know that's a fear for a lot of women, and certainly a fear of mine of, oh God, if I invest everything I have, every moment I have in my children and all their activities, I'm going to end up boring and alone. And, once the kids are grown and out of the house and then my marriage is wrecked because I spent all my time with my kids, that I'm going to end up sad and pathetic and alone. And so I think that cautionary tale, it resonated with me. And then I liked at the end how it was like, no, it's not what you thought it was at all, because that was just the rumor or the urban legend of crossing guard Lenore. So I did like that part. And the thing that really struck me about this movie is that apparently it got a ton of hate on Rotten Tomatoes, like one of the worst reviewed movies ever on the site. And I was like, is it really that bad? Like, I mean, it wasn't a great movie, but is it any worse than any other buddy comedy when they're saying that, everything is super predictable. You know exactly what's going to happen. The funny, quote unquote, moments are usually having to do with, poop or fart jokes or vomit, a lot of like physical kind of comedy. And I was just confused about why it got so much hate. It's the same as
I
any
think it's
other
because it's not
buddy comedy.
It was boring. I thought it was boring. Did you find it boring? I just found it kind of mediocre and boring. Like,
I mean, definitely mediocre.
And I think it's because Kevin Hart's character is the same person. Like we've seen that person that is again, I'm a straight arrow dad. I don't do nothing edgy, or I have no fun because I need to just be the perfect husband, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, we've seen it, Kevin. You've done it, and so have a ton of other people have done it before you. Remember that movie Mark Wahlberg did with The Good Guys? Was it called? Is it The Good Guys?
The Other Guys.
Yeah,
or
I really like
The
that
Other
movie.
Guys. I
love that movie.
Will Ferrell.
And it works because Will Ferrell is supposed to be that guy, the straight arrow, but in reality he's not. When you find out he has the hot wife and he's and he's more than what he looks. But Kevin Hart's characters are never that. Even remember Central Intelligence, he's literally this guy again. He's this guy again. He went from I was a star in high school to I'm the good husband and I do nothing abnormal and I play it safe, and it's like, oh look, this character showed up again. Okay.
Maybe it's because I don't watch as many Kevin Hart movies that I didn't necessarily get that super boring, that repetition necessarily. But I don't know. I liked the gender swap, the dynamics, because in the end, I mean, he's feeling demasculated, right? Because the scene where he's sitting there with them at the gala and he's saying, oh yes, you're a housewife. I'm sorry, I don't know the language. Like that was like funny, and also insulting to his masculinity. So I mean, it was an interesting thing, and I also liked though, like having kids and thinking about it is really hard to maintain friendships with people who aren't in that same life stage. It is really hard to maintain friends that don't have kids and aren't knee deep in all of this bullshit. And yeah, I don't know. It struck a few chords with me, more so in the beginning, like the setup of who he was and like how he was dissatisfied with it. And I'm like, okay, kind of see how that is. But then as the movie went on, yeah, it just got kind of trite and simple.
How about the part when his son was watching Eddie Murphy's Raw, and I thought, you are a horrible father.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't let my kids watch that kind of shit, but that's just me. Not everyone feels that way.
I don't know.
And that's what he was trying to emulate at the talent show. He was trying to be Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first of all, you're not pulling it off, and your father should not let you be watching Eddie Murphy's Raw, like Mr. Perfect Straight and Narrow. Yeah, no. What's your rating though, Laura? What is your rating?
I would say
Here we go. This is a big
2.5.
Hey, we have a 2.
it's a movie.
The Johnny line. We got
No, that was my
her
line. He
and I
stole
stole it. And it's my line
Johnny
now.
the thief. So that's 2 2s and a 2.5, so 2.25. All right, there we go. For
Easy math.
Yep. For Netflix is good old Me Time, starring Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg, and his wife is a pretty well-known actress. Forgot her name though now.
She looked familiar. I'd seen her.
Yeah, she's in a lot of
She's like
things.
comedic. She was in the scary movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She aged well. She looks
Gina
great.
Hall, I think, is who that is.
Regina.
Gina Hall.
And I was also
Regina
like,
Hall,
don't bitch about your life, Kevin Hart. Look at this hot bitch you got. She's making all this money. She is rocking that green dress. She looks fly, and you should be thanking your.
Oh,
lucky
so
stars.
true. She looks great. Yeah,
She's
exactly.
51 years old.
No.
Damn.
No, she looks great.
She does.
No,
It's not fair.
if you get a chance, Google it. It's Regina Hall. She's at like an award show, and Ralph Tresvant comes out, and she does kind of like
Ralph
a
Tresvant. Hold on. Explain to people who Ralph Tresvant is, Joey,
Ralph
as you are the
Tresvant.
expert
That is.
of Ralph Tresvant.
He
Go ahead,
is
give us a rundown real quick.
the lead singer of New Edition. And New
there we
Edition
go.
is
Okay.
the pinnacle of R&B groups. Every group is going to base themselves off of them.
Time out.
They
Stop.
do
Stop
everything.
What you're doing right
They
now.
sing, they
Stop
rap.
What you're doing, please.
Wait, no.
Please.
They're the
Do
best.
not put them as the pinnacle R&B group.
Well, who would you say?
I mean, you got groups like the Commodores before them. You got groups even like you could even put the Four Tops before them.
Jackson 5. I get it. There
The Jackson
was
5.
there were
you
older
know.
ones, but they
And then
Yeah, like 80s and 90s.
I mean, but if
I
you have
get
to
what
pick
you're
an
saying,
80s
John.
and 90s, who's the pinnacle R&B group of the 80s and 90s? Who is it?
I always say Boys to Men.
There we go. There's our winner right
and where
there.
did
Boys
where
to
did
Men.
Boys to Men come from?
Where they come from? Motown, Philly, back again, doing it.
They were discovered by Michael Bivins.
That's
Michael
right.
Bivins, part of New Edition. See, everything has to do with New Edition.
That is true. That is
Johnny
true.
knows it everything.
ABC, BBD, the East Coast family.
So, anyways, it's her at an award show. She does this like 5-minute monologue. It's really funny. Ralph Tresvant like sings to her, and I don't know. Check it out. It's worth 5 minutes of your time.
Does she look as good in that as she does in that green
She
dress?
Better.
always looks the
She looks
same.
better.
Wow.
She does
But
a
isn't it
couple of
crazy,
things
though?
where like she like bends down for like Ralph Tresvant.
Oh, well.
It's really
Wow.
really funny.
Sold. But the thing with her, she literally looks the same from Scary Movie. She looks
does, yeah.
exactly the same. But you know they say. You know what they say. You know it.
Black don't crack.
I was not gonna say that. Wow, that is.
What?
I'm gonna have to edit that part. That is insane.
I've never heard that
what
before.
they
Is that what they say? I never heard that before. I've never heard black and don't crack.
I feel like if you're not allowed to say that, I'm like, I mean, that's a compliment. I mean, that's
No,
It
it
is.
is.
that's just a blessing of your
My favorite
skin,
part is when my
man.
black friends say it to me. And I'm like, man, how old are you? Oh, I'm 45. You look good because black don't crack. I'm like, oh, shit. I was going to say that to you, but you beat me to it.
I'm gonna start saying that about myself.
Do Asians have a saying like that?
Nope. Nope. Just
No.
basically go be a doctor and you're a failure. You're a failure.
Or a lawyer.
Yeah.
Don't forget the lawyer. It's kind of crazy. I think there's more Asian doctors than lawyers, though. Just from commercials and going to the hospital.
No,
How
I
come
would
there's many
agree.
lawyers?
When I used to work at the courthouse, the majority of the lawyers were white, and then all the other races just trickled in, just a handful here and there. But I think I only saw 2 Asian lawyers the whole time I was there.
That's it, right?
Yeah,
And they're trying to get your business.
no need.
All right. Well, there you go. There's a review of Meat Time on Netflix starring Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg, that is. Johnny's favorite music from the 90s, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. We'll be right back after this on our 100th episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast.
An aging gay porn actor turned cameraman suddenly goes missing. Was it an act of evil, or did his past simply come back to haunt him? You decide. On tonight's Unsolved Mysteries. Known to his friends as only Hugh, he got his start in the gay porn industry in Florida. Known for his proclivity with hand jobs, most people refer to him as Handy Hugh. But Handy Hugh was holding a dark secret. We talked to some of his friends, and here's what they had to say.
Hugh liked to jerk his dick all the time. It got to be a problem. He also liked to look at a lot of gay porn. His girlfriend probably got mad. That bitch is crazy.
I would often find Hugh spanking it with the refrigerator door open. I guess he liked to fuck food or something. One time I think he jizzed in my salad.
Was Hugh's girlfriend involved in his disappearance, or was he simply the victim of a scorned gay lover? Update. Hugh is back doing his podcast and he's still gay.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Johnny, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. And what you just heard was from our buddy Joey Valentine from Fat Guy Loves Cake, making fun of Hugh and his unsolved mysteries. And where has Hugh been? Well, now you know, thanks to Joey Valentine. So, Johnny on the break was like, hey, I want to talk about something. He was so excited. He was like, I want to talk about Belle Biv DeVoe and all. That's all he ever wants to talk about. I'm surprised he didn't have a podcast just dedicated to R&B music. But he actually wanted to talk about Kevin Hart movies. So we're going to touch on that a bit, and we're going to go over Sandman, which is a DC Comics TV show on Netflix. And we're going to kind of take our I guess you could say cracks at it. I'm not sure how everybody feels about Sandman, so we'll see. First, we'll start with Johnny's list, and we'll kind of just run through that Kevin Hart movies. And how about we just basically give a quick did you like it, didn't you like it, and a review. You can give a quick 10-15 second review on it, but we'll run through it. Johnny, get the list ready for us.
Well, I was just going to go over the ones that I liked. I liked the Kevin Hart movies that have a little bit of heart in it.
Okay.
Or where he's a side character, not he's not the main character.
Okay, give it to us.
5-Year Engagement. It was hilarious.
That's a good one.
There was a scene that's cut out on 40-Year-Old Virgin on the theatrical release, but Kevin Hart's in it, and he's basically like getting into a fight, being a tiny little gangster.
Really? He was in that movie?
In the deleted scenes.
Cut it out on me. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, check it out. It's really funny.
In 5-Year Engagement, is that the Emily Blunt and what's his name one?
Yes.
I don't even remember him.
Jason Segel.
Yeah, I don't even remember him being in that movie.
Yeah, he was one of the psychology students. So like Mindy Kaling was one of them, and then
there was something
Asian
with donuts. Dude. I remember that about the stale donuts. That was the psychology experiment.
Oh,
that's what I remember. It's just food. That's pretty much how I remember every movie.
There's another one that was not well liked by the critics, but I liked it because it had the heart. Like I said, The Wedding Ringer, him and Josh Gad.
Oh yeah, isn't he like teaching him, or
Josh Gad hires him
to be his best man because he has no friends and all that shit.
Right,
That's
exactly.
Right.
I did see this one.
That's right. Yeah, you know what? That one is funny because again, like you said, he's not he's the co-star, but he's not necessarily the lead. Josh Gad is more or less the lead.
Right.
But yeah, that's a funny one. Yeah, that's a good one. What else you got?
Central Intelligence. I thought that movie was hilarious.
He is the lead in that one.
Him and The Rock. He's the lead.
Him and The Rock together. That is like it's just like what's the jungle one they do together?
Jumanji.
Those are good
Jumanji,
movies.
yeah.
They're funny. They have a great cast.
Jumanji is funny.
Yeah, but yeah, Central Intelligence is my favorite Kevin Hart. Maybe my favorite rock movie also.
The Upside.
Oh,
This is the one with Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston is in a wheelchair. Yep.
Yeah, and then Kevin Hart's his caregiver, basically. Tons of heart in that movie. Really good movie. One that he was in that he might have had like 5 minutes of screen time. He was in Hobbs and Shaw. I think he was a U.S. Air Marshal.
I don't remember him in that movie.
Well,
And
you might have missed it.
I mean, 5 minutes.
Got up, yeah. They were on an airplane, and then he turns around. And he's like, "I'm a U.S. Marshal," and this and that, and he's really funny in it.
Give me one more.
I haven't seen Fatherhood, but I hear really good things about
Okay,
it.
I think that's also a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Hart really does shine in those smaller parts because he is so high energy and so over the top. Like, to have him as a star is a bit much. So when he's in those smaller parts, he less is more, I think.
Yeah, because he can't play a different character. He has to be the loud, almost always anxious type of character. And you can't, even in Super Pets, which just came out, it's an animated movie where he plays Batman's dog. He's the same character. He's the same. He's literally, even when it's animation, he's the same guy.
He was in 2 episodes of Modern Family, and he was phenomenal. And if you've missed it, I mean, he like plays their neighbor, and I think he was gonna have more of like a guest role on there, but then he started to get big, and they couldn't afford him anymore. But he had 2 really good episodes on there, but tons of heart.
Tons of
Love the
heart.
guy,
Hart's
but
got
Tons
heart.
of heart.
Hart's got heart, but they're
heavens,
not all
man.
winners. They're
No,
not all
no,
winners.
no,
like
no.
The Man from Toronto was kind of
Oh,
garbage.
another Netflix disaster. Yes.
And there was
yes.
one recently, and I can't seem to find it right now, but it was on that that streaming service that didn't last. I think Quibi, maybe.
Quibi.
Where
Yes, Quibi. That
it was like a
Quick
10-minute.
one, yeah.
It was like a movie, but it was broken up into like 10 episodes.
it was
type of thing.
purchased by Roku. So if you have the Roku channel, you can watch it for free.
Yeah. I don't remember the name of it. It had John Travolta in it, and you can miss that one. It was pretty stupid.
I think you can miss anything with John Travolta in it.
Whoa, be easy on the guy. He lost his wife.
Where'd she go?
She died.
No
Is that breast cancer?
I heard DMX died too recently.
Yeah, you and Stacey Dash.
Yeah, she died from cancer. John Travolta's wife, yeah. She battled for like 10 years, so yeah. It'll get you.
He's a Scientologist. Makes me inherently distrust him.
Yeah, he
I
made a
get
bad
that.
movie about Scientology also.
Oh yeah, Battlefield
something.
Earth.
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, it's based on his fucking religion.
It
It's
is so
insane.
bad.
Was it really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Yeah.
It's based on Xanadu and all the other garbage. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, well, there you go. We trashed Kevin Hart a little bit, and then Johnny saves Kevin Hart, but then we trashed Travolta for no reason. Good heavens, what a show. All right, Sandman, which is on Netflix, you can watch now. I don't know who plays the main character, but that's all right.
No
You don't
idea
need to know. Just know who the Sandman is. The Sandman is based on a Vertigo Comics, which is owned by DC Comics, by Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman is a very famous author, and Sandman is his proud property. So, it's on Netflix. I think it's 11 episodes. The 11th episode dropped recently. It's an animated episode, so it's not. You don't actually see the Sandman in it. Only his voice. But check it out. But we'll start with Laura, because Laura has some thoughts. She's like, Sandman, no bueno. Only thing I did watch this, when I watched, I fell asleep. Ha ha ha. Go ahead, Laura. Sandman.
Seems
Netflix.
appropriate. Yeah, the sleeping seems about right. So, like, I never read the Sandman comics, but I was a goth kid in the late 90s. So it was very adjacent to my social circle. I was very aware of it. And I you know, the visuals were cool. The art was cool. And the idea was interesting. but I didn't really know much about it. And so I was starting it. I was like, okay, let's get into this. And the first episode, I was, okay, I'm on board. My first thoughts, I was so distracted. I know this is really not an accurate, fair criticism, but I
Wait, can I guess?
What?
Can I guess? About how skinny he was.
He's so thin. It's freaky.
That's how it is in the comic, though. He's super skinny.
And that's what I was wondering. I was like, is this guy really this skinny, or did they, CG him to be thinner? It was very weird to watch. And like, also, does he have junk? Because like there were several, because he's naked like the entire first episode basically, and I'm like, I feel like I should be able to see junk in the positions that you're in. And then I'm like, do you not procreate because you're like this godlike thing? And so it was just very confusing. But the first episode, I was kind of into it because I was into that like Harry Potter house that they were into, the big like gothic mansion. I could just watch screenshots of that and just the interiors, because that's the kind of architecture nerd I am. But as the episodes kept on, they just kept picking up threads of a story, and then it would be like dropping it, and then we'd pick up another thread and then we'd drop it. Like, it was so disjointed that I completely lost interest. Like, he's looking for his helmet, his the sand, and then the amulet, and then that was like the first 5 episodes. And then once that wraps up, I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do for the rest of the season? Turns out really nothing. Like, just a bunch of random asides that we're gonna chase around for a bunch of episodes, and it was just boring.
It took a while to get into.
And I mean, it lost me after probably an episode and a half. And I Boyd Holbrook, he's the one who plays the demon guy. I love that actor, and I think that he could have done more with that role. He played it a little bit flat. I loved him so much in Logan. He plays the villain in Logan, and he's so good at
he's
that.
a really good actor.
He's great.
Yeah.
And it just fell flat to me. I feel like he should have played that character very similar to actually the one how he played in Logan. It's just like, if you're supposed to be this crazy demon, you should be charismatic in some way, and he really, really wasn't. And then there was
he was also the Predator. Do you remember him in the Predator?
He was.
So tell me again about how good his acting was.
Yeah.
Oh, phenomenal.
Well, was that really his fault? I mean, he was handed absolute shit, to be fair. And then that whole episode that takes place in the diner in Sandman.
I actually liked that episode. That was my favorite episode.
I hated it.
That was my favorite episode.
Yeah. It was like watching an episode of WandaVision for me.
Yeah.
It was like everything was changing, and then random people sucking each other's dicks.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, it just ends
really
the
that
entire
part
thing.
was that.
Like, the midpoint is everybody's having a homosexual relationship in this diner, and I'm like, what is happening here? And I love that actor, the guy who played the son with the amulet. He's in Harry Potter. He plays Lupin. That actor is great, and he does a fantastic job. The whole episode prior, when he was in the car with that woman, that was very tense and very interesting.
Very tense.
And I was very invested in that whole thing. But then as soon as he got to the diner, I'm just like, what the fuck?
The diner was a trip.
Happening?
It was a trip. Yeah, it was all a trip. I was like, okay.
I was like, I don't care. I don't care about any of these people. It's supposed to be like this character study, I guess. And I'm just
that was it too. You're right about one thing. You thought those characters meant something to the whole picture.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh, this guy that wants the job interview with the person sitting at the table, and the waitress must be pretty important to the overall story.
Yep.
And no, it was just that guy with the amulet messing with them. Really, in the end,
right?
That's
and
all.
Then the cook comes in, the cook might be trying to get with the waitress, or the waitress wants to get with the cook, but turns out the cook's fucking her son. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, and then he starts fucking the guy that's married
the husband,
to the girl. Yeah, it's just bizarre.
And then when he said that, I'll go to your house, and every time you fall asleep on the sofa, I'll go upstairs and have sex with your son, and vice versa, him and I'm like, what? Because that guy's mom's pretty hot. What's going on right now? Like, oh, okay.
And then she ends up having sex with the upset lesbian, and it's just
all of a sudden that part.
Yeah.
I mean,
completely.
And didn't it reset or something? Reset at one point. You're like, wait, what?
No, I
what?
think after that, that's when they all start like killing each other and killing themselves.
Yeah, they do start killing each other, and then And then he gets his amulet back.
Yeah.
And then how about when he I don't know what did he do with the devil? They had almost had like a rock paper scissors with the devil, him Sandman and the devil.
That was so weird.
It was like Dungeons and Dragons or some shit. Like I hit you with.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, and then and you love how he got out of it. Like he basically used a cheat code.
What did he say? Like,
infinite.
I'm Earth.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I am hope.
Oh,
Yeah.
hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
That part too. Like what? Like
I think that was the trump card, the hope.
Yeah, that's when she should have said, "Well, I'm Amber Heard. I just shit in your bed." You'd have been like,
okay.
Fuck.
So, and last thing I will say. So, I give it like a 1 out of 5 because I'm just like I'm not interested. But the whole thing that I didn't understand. So he was in this glass bubble in someone's basement for 100 years.
Yep.
Yeah, he was trapped, and so he didn't eat or anything in this time. So he's clearly like, and he's been around since the dawn of time, if not before. So he is an immortal being that is not connected to time the way the rest of us are, because if any human being was stuck in an isolation for 100 years, they come out completely fucking crazy. So I'm like, all right, fine. He's detached from time. But then he comes back to his world and all of his subjects just abandon him after 100 years. And I was like, how do all these magical beings experience time the same way as humans do? Because it should be a drop in the bucket. 100 years should be a blink of an eye to these people or these beings. And so it was just really confusing.
I think that part. So when the Sandman is taken away and he's not a part of the realm anymore, then there's the sleep sickness that comes over a shitload of people.
That was
and then like just the dreams in general. Like I feel like the world lives on dreams, and then dreams weren't the same anymore. So the world deteriorates, and so people flee.
But then Cain and Abel were there thriving. And I was like, how are they thriving?
It was so.
And I thought they would be important and come back. They don't.
No,
I mean, it's just it's 100 years. That's a long time.
That is a long time
of weird dreams or unscripted dreams. I don't know.
I think
I know you're not going to finish it, so I won't spoil anything when I mention. So in the end, there's I forget what the black chick. They have a name for her.
Death.
Oh, Death. Her name is Death.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about. I actually like the death part.
Yeah, that was
actually That was okay.
That was actually direct in the comics. It was directly lifted from the comics. All the scenes she's in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also like the guy who. They just decided that he's going to be immortal, and then we're going to visit it here at the tavern every 100 years or something like that, right? I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, that was pretty good. And he finally meets him up after skipping so many times. Yeah.
Right. The whole I don't know, Jennifer Constantine or whatever the hell her name was. I could have done without that.
Same. Could have done without that.
She was cool, but she didn't play any significant role, really.
No,
that's
and then
the problem. Everything is so disjointed.
It's almost like everything's a setup for season 2. That's what it felt like. Like everything, like, hey, I'm here. Oh, cool. Oh, you seem like I'm gone. Wait, and now you're not gonna see me anymore. Oh, okay. It's like Johnny's Kevin Hart cameos. You know, he just pops in, does his little bit. Well, I'm gonna scream a little bit over here, over there. I gotta go. Like, but I thought the show ended pretty well. I just felt like the first so many episodes, like, man, get to something already. You know, it's like the diner scene was interesting, but in the end, didn't do anything for the story.
The whole episode of nothing.
Nothing to the story. He got his amulet back literally in 5 seconds. I'm here. Yeah. Give it to me. Like, what?
Maybe that's what it should have been. Like, it should have been just like a series of. Like each episode was self-contained rather than trying to tell this overarching story. They could have organized it differently.
An anthology, basically. You're right.
Yeah.
Could have been just stories of the Sandman.
Yeah. I think that would have been better.
That's the funny thing. Episode 11 is just that. It's 3 different stories that the Sandman plays a part, but he's never in it.
Yeah. That would have been a better way to do it.
I just feel like, I don't know if I need a season 2 of Sandman. I just don't think I do.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. So, all right. Well, we'll give it a rating. Sandman, Johnny, what's your rating for Sandman?
Tacky.
It's tacky. It is tacky. It is very tacky.
It's very tacky, baby. That's my little girl, and she
Daddy.
says maybe a 3.
Oh, a 3. Okay.
I like the
Pretty high.
visual effects, and then with anime movies, and then movies like that with it's about magic. You kind of can do whatever you want. There's no really
of course.
rules and you can need to follow. So visually, very stunning. I had a few problems here and there, but overall watchable, and I'll probably watch season 2.
There we go. Laura, you already gave it a 1.5, and she does not want a season 2.
Correct.
I'm with Johnny. I go with a 2.5. I will watch the season 2 just to see if it's any. Whoa, that's a vibrating baby. Season 2 just to see if we get more or something. That's something a little bit more. Something more. It's not an action thing. It's all dialogue and drama and whatever. But
Yeah, it's really easy to fall asleep too.
yeah. Before we go though, is anybody watching Lord of the Rings or the new Game of Thrones?
No.
No,
I
nothing.
want to watch the Lord of the Rings one, but not Game of Thrones because I never watched the series. But
Oh, okay. The
I'm
Lord of the
interested.
Rings. Lord of the Rings is fantastic so far. It's fantastic.
All I've been hearing about it is that a lot of racist people hate it. That's all.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's the incorporated people of color in it now, and people are upset about that because elves can't be black. and the little people, what are they called? The dwarfs. No, the dwarfs. You know, the dwarfs, the Vikings, whatever. They also can't be black, so people are upset about that. They're basically upset that black people showed up in this realm. They're very upset about it.
Well, I've never read Tolkien's original works. Are they of color in the originals?
That's just this has nothing to do with Tolkien itself.
Doesn't it though? I thought it was based on the Silmarillion, that thing.
No, it's all original.
All new. Okay.
It's all new, and even Game of Thrones has nothing to do with George R.R. Martin's stuff. It's all original, also. It's good though, and the budget on that show is $1 billion.
What?
It looks phenomenal. Lord of the Rings.
Okay,
It
I'm
looks
gonna
like
check it out.
big movie budget, really. And if you like the orcs and Sauron and all that, you're gonna get it all. You're getting it all.
All right.
So don't miss out. Lord of the Rings. So before we go, anything else, Johnny?
One thing hold on a second.
The baby has vacated the show.
That baby is so immature. I swear to God.
Right? Jibba jibba jibba. Don't know words.
Yeah.
She knows
Please
words.
keep me alive, Dad. The fuck? I had a couple things. One, Movie Pass is coming back, and I'm not gonna sign up.
I thought you were.
No. So I've just been keeping track of it.
Okay.
Movie Pass, they're coming back, and they're not gonna make it. But you had to get on a waiting list to be a part of their thing, and then apparently the waiting list window's open. So the only way that I can get on Movie Pass now is somebody recommends me.
No shit. You had it before, didn't you?
Yeah.
And how much did you pay before? Because I know now it's like $24.99.
I actually got it through Costco. It was $90 for the year.
Oh, that's why it went away.
They lost so much money on me.
Yeah, because $25 a month makes sense because you probably only gonna go twice anyway, so that covers 2 movies essentially.
Yeah.
But $90 a year.
What is Movie Pass exactly?
It's basically Netflix for theaters. You pay a monthly fee to go watch all the movies you want.
Like you have to go, or they?
That's up to you. They'll charge you regardless. $25 a month.
So they thought it was going to be like.
Oh wait, so the $25 a month, and then you can go to any movie theater, or like it's a download.
No. You go to theaters. You go to AMC's or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That is
That's
part of Movie
cool.
Pass. Yeah.
So people, they were banking on people having gym memberships.
Yeah.
You know, like just paying for it and not going. But people were going, and they were having movie pass parties, and
they were going at that.
Yeah.
It was $90 for what you got, but the regular price is only like $150 for the year back then. But now think about it. Now it's now it's $25 a month, so you're paying $300 a year.
And then all the other like Regal has started their own movie pass.
They do have their own movie
20,
pass.
$20 a month.
Yep.
It's worth it if you have a Regal next to
I
you.
don't have time to go to the movie theater.
Well, you're a responsible mother because I go to them all the time. I'm a bad dad, so
Yeah. Johnny does one of those things where he tells his wife he's going camping solo, and he just uses Movie Pass for 5 days straight. Like, you're back again, sir. You've seen almost everything. I haven't seen the new Sesame Street movie. I might as well.
I left my daughter at home.
Yeah, left my daughter at home. Real pain in my neck. Speaks no English.
One thing that I watched on Netflix recently was a documentary called Iron Fist and Kung Fu Kicks.
I've seen it.
It wasn't that good.
No.
It's about how
about
the
Kung Fu
influence
movies.
of
Yep,
Kung
an
Fu
influence.
movies,
Yep.
and I was
But a lot of
expecting
it-
more.
Too much of it leaned on Bruce Lee. And I was like, I get it, but, you got to get away from that. And a lot of it just leaned right on Bruce Lee.
But I feel like, because there have been a bunch of different documentaries on Bruce Lee, and, none of his family, participated. This was all, B, C, D level actors.
Yeah.
Talking about the movie. Billy Blanks, Mr. Tybo,
Oh, I
he was
know.
in it
He's
for,
in it.
a big portion of it.
Yeah, he is.
And
Man,
it's
I
like-
worked out to Billy Blanks so much when I was in high school.
So
That's like my
karate or
favorite.
Taibo or whatever. You could defend yourself.
I don't know about that, but I can get some awesome crunches in. Ooh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? Someone tries to fight you and she just busts out Taibo. And the person's like, are you doing reps right now? I'm doing reps. Why don't you step into my reps?
That was a line in what was that movie with Steve Martin and Queen Latifah? It's a really funny movie, but the white chick is like, I do Taibo 4 times a week, and then they have this fight in the dressing room. It's really funny.
And she looks like she's doing reps.
Yeah, and then she Queen Latifah throws her through a door. It's really great. That movie's hilarious. I can't think of the name of it right now.
I forgot
I
the
had
name of that movie.
one of my army buddies. He because we were just talking about our past and stuff. He goes, oh yeah, I was telling him I took Taekwondo, and he said, yeah, I took Tai Chi. And then one guy's like, isn't that what the old Asian people do in the park every morning?
That is
He's
true.
like,
It
well,
is.
no, but I mean, it's about this and that. And I was
It's
like,
about
so if someone
yeah.
steps into your circle of death, then you got them. But
Circle of Death.
It's Bringing Down the House. I just Googled it.
There
Bring
you
It
go.
Down.
That's
That's a
right.
pretty
That's right.
funny
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. That's the Steve Martin one. Yes. Johnny, do you have anything else?
nope, that's it.
Good Lord. Drag the show with Kung Fu. Carlos doesn't want to talk about Kung Fu movies coming up, so get ready, people. He wants to talk top 5 Kung Fu movies. Get your list. I know. Laura's like, what?
I have watched a few,
what?
I guess.
Can you name a few?
The Matrix counts in
The
my eye.
Legend of
Ooh,
the
no.
Fist. Is that a movie I just made up?
Oh, it is. That's the one with RZA.
I think the way that you described it,
I think
it's a porno.
Yeah, I know. The Legend.
The Legend of
I'll pass on that.
I think it's the Legend of the Iron Fist. I think with RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. I think that's what you're thinking of. But who knows? I know because I've seen it. Damn it! I just gave that away. I suck. All right. Well, Laura, anything else?
Nope.
All right. I have nothing for you, people. Episode 100. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe next week we'll be joined by the other 2 people that one. We don't know. We really don't. He showed up once in the last 6 weeks. And the other one, he's enjoying his geriatrics rock and roll concert. So hopefully he's having fun. And he comes back with a good story about his favorite Motley Crue moment. There we go. Nikki Sixx. Who else is Motley Crue? Anybody know? Come on, the drummer.
No.
Everybody knows the damn drummer. No? Come on. Tommy Lee?
Oh, he was Motley Crue?
Yeah, he's a drummer of Motley Crue.
I thought he was something else in Motley.
No, he's a drummer of Motley Crue. And then you got Nikki Sixx.
That's not what he's known for.
No, he's known for his dick. He's really big. He has a big dick. And his porno with his wife, his ex-wife. Not a good one at that. Just want to throw it out there. Not a good one. A lot of dialogue, a lot of...
Well, home movie.
A lot of
It's a whole
sunglass
movie.
wearing.
It is. It's a whole movie. Yeah, with like...
The sunglasses, I don't know.
It's like a 40...
It's like when you see a porn and they're wearing their hat. I'm like, come on,
yeah.
man. It's-
No, it's a 45-minute movie with 3 minutes of actual sexual intercourse of any kind. And the rest of it is just them on vacation. Like, if you see the show on Hulu, though, phenomenal. Watch that. Starring Seth Rogen. It is so good. Have you guys ever seen that movie, Pam and the show Pam and Tommy?
No, I've heard
man,
of it.
watch Pam and Tommy on Hulu. It is so good. It is so good. All right, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in. For Johnny,
Bye-bye.
for Laura,
See ya.
and I'm Lafayette. We'll see you next time on Nerds Talking the Podcast. Hey, Laura. Bye.
Bye.
There it is. All right.
I was totally going to steal his bye-bye. You beat me to it.
Microphone, beats, MC.
Microphone, beat, stereos, get it going. Everyday MCs just keep on flowing. I'm going. Yeah. Microphone, beat, stereos, get it going. Everyday MCs just keep on flowing. I'm going. Hey, they've exhumed the body and they've checked the vitals. They know I'm back now and I have no rivals. So stand behind the barricade. This parade makes way with the motorcade, cause I came to save the day. And I'm the last line and the first of defense. I paid all my dues while y'all cash still rent. You can't afford a spit game like this. Get a ghostwriter, only charge half price cause I'm the shit. And I'm a culprit, guilty of all charges. I'm the reason why your kids skip Tuesdays when review says I got the hottest album out. They wanna go get it now before the shit runs out. I'm a walking terrorist threat, a rising alert. You can find me in your headset so good that it hurts. It's the closest you ever gon' get to hearing God speak. So learn every word and keep it on repeat. Microphone, beat, stereos, get it going. Everyday MCs just keep on flowing. I'm going. Yeah. Microphone, beat, stereos, get it going. Everyday MCs just keep on flowing. I'm going.
Hey, I'm a demigod, making MCs strap on, blow themselves up like a jihad. Powers of the metronome to control the microphone, leaving all contenders' minds blown. Cerebrum plasma all over your headphones, with every listen, every bar depleting the ozone. One-way ticket to beyond infinity, can't be brought out of my state of tranquility. Moving around like there ain't no gravity, while you stay on the ground looking up at me. Reaching high altitudes like a satellite, you sleep under my shadow, call me the moonlight. Your words run off your paper every time I do right. When I come around, all you do is just hide. I'm what they want now, your songs can't be found. I buried you, your microphone below ground.
Microphone, beat, stereos, get it going. Everyday MCs just keep on flowing. I'm going. Yeah. Microphone, beat, stereos, get it going. Everyday MCs just keep on flowing. I'm going. Hey. Microphone, beat, stereos, get it going. Everyday MCs just keep on flowing. I'm going. Yeah.